Hey everybody, what's going on? Today we're going to be taking a look at Tormin. He is absolutely crazy. I have already kind of built him with an arena team to take in and play around, and I'll put that footage at the end of this video. Might be a little chopped up as I've kind of been all over the place as to how I want to structure this and fit it in with the other videos that it's kind of tied to. So might be a little chopped up as we go through, but it'll all come together. So I'm going to show you what I've done with Tormin. I've tried to mix it up a little bit with his Masteries, kind of do a little bit different, but I think there's a general outline you want to follow with him. There are some different things you can do. And then I'll show you, obviously, my gear, my setup, the team that I run him with, and kind of the logic behind the team. So what we have here is Tormin the Cold. He's the fusion. He is absolutely insane. As far as his skills go, we'll take a look at him real quick. He's got a first skill, AoE freeze. Skilled up, it's a 25% chance. If anyone on the enemy team is under an HP burn and a freeze, when the HP burn ticks and they take damage from it, he's going to do this skill automatically, whether it's his turn or not. You will see in the arena footage at the end of this video. It is absolutely insane. It's crazy. It's a crazy skill. Second skill, he strips all the targets from one enemy, hits them twice. If they're frozen, he steals all the buffs instead, and if they're frozen and under an HP burn, then he ignores their defense as well. Now you can see I had 6 tomes to put in him. This is where they went, so I got the damage increased on this one. We got the third skill maxed, and we got the cooldown reduced on his passive, the active part of his passive. So as far as his third skill goes, it's an AoE, block buffs, and heal reduction for enemies under freeze. It's a provoke for enemies not under a freeze, and if an enemy is frozen and under an HP burn, then it reduces the cooldown of one random skill of each of his teammates by 1 turn. So it's a really crazy skill, and you can see the benefit to pairing an HP burn champ with him. If you can get HP burns in the mix, he becomes drastically stronger than he already is. Even without an HP burn in the mix, he's strong, but if you put an HP burn on your team, he gets real stupid real quick. As far as his passive, the passive effect has a 15% chance of freezing someone when they receive a buff, get healed, or have their turn meter filled. And this happens individually for each thing that happens. So for example, Gorg does speed boost and attack buff at the same time. Each of those gets their own 15% chance to make that freeze somebody. So you're going to see this freeze go off a lot. You just are. It happens a lot. You'll see when we watch the arena fights at the end. And then the active part, which I have never seen happen because my arena team was never even almost in trouble because of how strong this dude is. He was never even close to getting killed, but if he gets killed, he revives with 100% HP and he comes back frozen for a turn. So, and then to boot, he's got a defense lead for all battles, so he's absolutely crazy there. Masteries, I'll show you what I've done with his Masteries, and we'll talk about him and talk about why real quick. I want him to have a little resistance, pretty self-explanatory. Here, if he's frozen, he takes 10% less damage. The idea here is that if he gets killed and comes back, he comes back frozen. Having a freeze on you already reduces the damage you take. This further reduces it by another 10%, further kind of ensuring that he'll make it through that turn and get back in the fight. And then here, we've got him taking less damage from a crit by 8%. So you have to assume most of the time in arena, people are going to be critting. So this is an 18% damage reduction on top of the reduction from freeze in arena. So pretty handy. Although, like I said, so far I haven't even seen it happen because he hasn't been close to dying. Next, we've got an opportunity to place a block debuff on himself when a freeze goes away. Stun, sleep, or freeze. So if an enemy crowd controls him, when it goes away, then he could place it on himself. But really, this is for when he dies, comes back frozen. If he makes it through that turn, then he's got potential to put a block debuff on himself for the next turn. So it just makes him a little bit harder to deal with. Here, we give him a chance to place a leech if he places a freeze. Here, if an ally is hit with a critical hit, he gets some turn meter. He has a chance to get some turn meter. And this just kind of helps him turn cycle, and every time he gets a turn, it is impactful. So helping him do that is nice. Here we give him an opportunity to counterattack if he gets hit hard, potential to counterattack, and it's an AoE freeze if he does potentially. So nasty. Here we gave him an increased chance to land his freeze, And like I said, freeze or provoke. Everything he does basically freezes or provokes to some extent, so pretty nuts there. Here, again, kind of self-explanatory. We just want to boost the accuracy as we can. Again, boosting the accuracy. Here, everything he does places debuffs. This is a lot of opportunity to get a lot of turn meter throughout a fight, so I think it's a pretty good one to have on him. Here, the first time he hits someone, he's hitting AoE, so it's only 5%, but a little bit of turn meter knockback is a little bit of turn meter knockback, right? This one, again, self-explanatory, just a little bump in the stats from certain sets. And then debuff extension. Now, it does not extend freeze or provoke. However, his third skill does place heal reduction and block buffs. So if you can extend those and no one has a way to remove them, 3 turns is a really, really long time to have those up. So as far as his gear and what you want to focus on him, I personally think accuracy is pretty important to focus on him because everything he does is debuff, centered around debuffs kind of. I put some resistance on him because I don't want him getting crowd controlled if I can help it. I didn't really run into any issues there. I didn't really focus his crit rate and crit damage too much because he's not really... I don't think his multipliers are going to be that good that you would need to focus it. Now, of course, if you were to focus him, he would probably output some decent damage, but I don't think he's meant to be a nuker because everything he does already is so insane that if he also hit hard, it would just be... He's already next level absurd. If he also did a lot of damage, I just think it would be way more over the top than it already is. He's already plenty useful without needing him to do damage, so I didn't focus that too much. Speed, with the way that I've built him and the people that I've paired him with, I don't need him to have a ton of speed, and I don't think he needs a ton with his kit anyway. Now, speed is never really a bad thing, but I think in his case it's not quite as mandatory as it is in most other cases. And then, of course, defense. He's a defense champ, and everything he does is defense scaling and HP. So depending on how you want to use him and who you want to pair him with, there's a lot of different ways you can go here. You know, there's quite a few stats you can pump on him. You could try to build him for damage and see how it goes. I just didn't decide to go that route, so I'm kind of just, you know, I'm showing you what I've done with him. Now, quick look at his gear. You'll see we went with the Frost set, so that now, on top of everything else he already does, passively and actively, now if he gets hit, he has a chance to freeze whoever hit him. So, really obnoxious. Again, speed, HP there. Speed, accuracy, and HP there. You kind of see in the theme. We went in defense as a main stat, but we got accuracy, HP. Defense as a main stat, but we got some accuracy. And then speed with pretty good defense rolls there. Down here, we went with accuracy. Got a real nice defense bump in that banner. We win defense. Again, accuracy and resistance. And then a defense ring. So that's kind of what we did with him. Now, I'm not going to try to campaign farm with him. I'm sure you could build him to campaign farm. Jet gum. At least, especially with the lifesteal set. But I'm not going to do it. Because I don't think he's supposed to be that. He's clearly built for arena. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't have some utility in the dungeons as far as crowd control for the waves. If you're kind of struggling to get through the waves. Certainly has utility in those places, but that's not really what I'm focusing on because I don't think that's really what he's for. I think he's for arena, so that's kind of what we're going to spotlight here. Now, for what I've paired him with, and again, there are a lot of different things you could do here. By the way, if you hear that noise in the background, I have my window open because I'm hot. Having my window open makes my door rattle, and I didn't go get my little stopper and pin the door shut, and I just don't want to do it. So, you know, hopefully it's not too obnoxious, but that is what that noise is if you're hearing it. Anyway, like I said, there's a lot of different champs you can pair him with and a lot of different things you can do with him. You really want to get an HP burn in the mix if you can help it, because as I said, he gets that much more stupid with an HP burn in the mix. So what I have done with him is I've paired him with Ignatius, I've paired him with Valkyrie, and I've paired him with Molly. That is the team that you're going to see in action. And you can see I put her on a Frost set as well, Frost and Speed. Now, when I was building, what I said I wanted initially was that I wanted Ignatius to be the fastest. And what I did without noticing it was I made her... No, she shouldn't be faster. Should she? Oh yeah, she should. She should. Quick maths. I accidentally made her faster because I had, like, this was already all 16, and then I threw a speed set on her. I accidentally made her faster. Turns out it's not a big difference. As long as he goes before Tormin and gets the HP burns up, and preferably before most of the enemy team, it's nice, but like I said, it really hasn't mattered. But you get that quick look at the team. Valkyrie's on a stun set, Molly's on a frost set. He is on whatever made him as fast and accurate as I could get him. So I didn't really focus damage with anybody on this team. It's more of a bruiser comp, and that's it. So now I'm gonna cut to the part where I take them into arena and let you watch a few arena fights. At one point I slow it down to ×1 and really try to kind of, you know, talk you through what's happening, because there's a lot going on with this team. So hopefully you get a kick out of that. And then, yeah, that'll be that. So I'll see you in a second. All right, so here we are in arena. I have a bunch of tokens in the chest, so we will, we'll just do a few fights and see how it goes. Now, we had Tormin. We had, I think I need to filter real quick. We had Tormin. We had, where's everybody at? We had Molly. We had Valkyrie. And we had Ignatius. All right, so I'm just going to go into these fights, and I'm just going to auto it out and see what this is going to look like as a defense. Did Valkyrie go first? Did I accidentally make her faster? Did I not do my math right here? No, I think I didn't, did she? She ended up being faster. I guess that's okay. I guess that doesn't matter. How about that? Wasn't paying attention and doing my math, and Valkyrie ended up being faster. Either way, God, what an annoying looking team. Is he frozen, or is the debuff still just there? Man, what an annoying team. Yeah, well, let's just burn through some tokens and see what this looks like. Oh yeah, it's just auto. God, dude. It's just obnoxious. You gotta love it. It's gonna be so annoying to try to fight. Next fight we'll do on ×1. We'll slow it down a little bit and see if we can't talk a little bit about what's going on. Man, he just... he just tried to take care of himself and froze himself doing it. Look at that. Frozen, provoked, and stunned. Speed boosted himself and froze himself. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be a nasty scene. All right, let's knock it down to ×1 and take a look at this. All right, so Gore got the first turn. He turn boosted and froze 2 of his teammates. Valkyrie landed a stun. There's the HP burn. He took damage from the HP burn. He got a turn. He got another turn from the other HP burn. Wow, dude. That is so crazy. What a crazy champ to shift up the scene in arena. He's so freaking strong, man. Look at that. I'm so used to ×2 that ×1 looks like it's in slow motion. It doesn't even look like it's normal speed. It looks like it's in slow motion. Let's come down here to the bottom to some of these harder teams. That's usually where the harder teams hang out. Was that... Did I see a name? No, I thought I saw a name down here I recognized. All right. Let's see what we do, how we do against some of these harder teams down here. I want to see what it looks like when this team loses. Man, she almost killed Ignatius. So she just provoked everybody. He's steady doing damage with those HP burns ticking on the champs that are frozen. So he wasn't frozen. He just had an HP burn. She had both. She ticked her HP burn. He did his first skill, froze him, so that then when he took the HP burn, he'd do it again. Silly. Straight up silly. And Ignatius has been able to hold on this whole fight with such low HP. Just because the team is that obnoxious. How about this one? We've got a Ghostborn, we've got a Gallic who can hit hard. Froze the whole team! Froze the whole team, dude. Wow. That is ridiculous. I can't get over it, dude. He's so freaking strong. I wonder if they're gonna leave him like this. I wonder, they don't really seem to have a habit of nerfing champions. Apparently it's really hard for them to get in and do, so it's likely he'll just stay like this. Alright, here we've got a high Katoon. Maybe she'll be faster. Yep, so the potential... Oh, I don't think he landed any freezes there. Okay, good. At least it's not a guarantee. There's the freezes though. So we got hit with some block buffs. I just feel like everything any team has been able to do to us at this point is so minor. I feel like it's so minor. We've never been in any trouble. No one's even died in any of these fights. Ignatius almost got killed by that Zargala. But other than that, we haven't even been close to being in trouble even. So yeah, it's gonna be... I'm gonna keep doing this even off camera. I'm interested to see what it's gonna look like when this team takes an L. If it's gonna have to be another Tormin team and it's gonna be whose RNG is better for the fight, or what it's gonna be. And I'm sure there's counters, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's ways to deal with this, but it's gonna be interesting to see what it is. So I think that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for the Tormin video. Little bit of a different style than usual, but I thought this might call for it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing him in action and, you know, everything that we went over in this video. So thank you for watching. Any questions down below? Any thoughts you have on him, drop them down below. More information's always better, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hot takes on this champ. There's probably a lot of different things you can do with him, a lot of different champions you can pair him up with. So you just kind of saw a glimpse of what I decided to do with him at this point in time, but like I said, that might change over time. So more information, the better. Drop it down below, help everybody out, and I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you got a kick out of it, and I'll see you in the next one.